The agony of my wife's unfaithfulness struck me like a poisoned dart. A truth so painful I could scarcely voice it without bitterness flooding my soul. You never expect the person you've entwined your entire life with to shatter your trust so utterly. Yet, betrayal often slinks in from those nearest to your heart. It was an unassuming Tuesday evening when the reality unraveled before me. I'd returned home earlier than expected, hoping to delight her with a cozy dinner. Instead, the surprise was mine, and it seared my core. Her phone buzzed incessantly on the kitchen counter, and without much thought, I glanced at the screen. A message preview set my world ablaze, like a spark igniting a parched wilderness. Last night was unforgettable. Your essence clings to me. Time stood still. My hands froze. My chest caved as though struck by an invisible force. When she emerged from the bathroom, humming without a care, I met her gaze and spoke 3 simple words. I know everything. Her face drained of color, but instead of guilt, she offered a chilling detachment. I'm sorry, she whispered. I don't love you anymore. In an instant, a decade of shared aspirations dissolved into nothingness. I grabbed a bag, stuffed it with clothes, and fled, unable to linger in that poisoned space. With nowhere else to go, I arrived at my best friend Ryan's doorstep, clutching a duffel bag, my heart in fragments. Ryan didn't press for details. He simply opened the door wide and said, "Stay as long as you need to." What I hadn't expected was the presence of his younger sister, Emily, already there. She'd always been a familiar figure, a few years younger, with a warm yet incisive presence, her eyes cutting through facades like a blade. That first night, sleep evaded me. I lay in the guest room, staring at the ceiling, reliving every deceitful glance, every empty smile from my wife. Anger churned within me, but I didn't know how to direct it. The next morning, Emily knocked gently on the door. "Care for breakfast?" she asked, her tone calm yet commanding. At the table, she studied me in silence before breaking it with words that pierced my haze of pain. "Your silence protects her," she said, her voice like a beacon through my fog. "What are you getting at?" I murmured, my voice barely audible. Emily leaned closer, her eyes steady and unyielding. "By staying quiet, you're shielding her. She's not just guilty of one betrayal. She's done far worse things." My blood ran cold. "What are you talking about?" I urged. That's when Emily unveiled a truth that shattered my reality. She had witnessed my wife before, not only with the man from the text but with others, multiple times. My wife had been brazen, parading her affairs in places she believed were discreet, unaware of observant eyes. Emily had carried this secret for months, but seeing me broken before her, she could no longer hold back. "She's been deceiving you for over a year," Emily said gently. "This isn't just one affair, it's an entire hidden life." The fury that surged within me was unlike anything I'd ever felt. My wife hadn't merely betrayed me once. She'd been mocking me, making a fool of me for over a year. In that moment, my grief hardened into something fiercer, determination. Over the following days I stayed at Ryan's, but Emily became my anchor. She knew specifics, where my wife had gone, who she'd met, the web of lies she'd spun. Each disclosure sharpened my anger into a focused strategy. I wouldn't lash out or beg. I wouldn't let her see me shattered. Instead, I'd dismantle everything she valued, leaving her with nothing but remorse. The first move was exposure. With Emily's guidance, I collected proof, photographs, dates, places, everything carefully catalogued. Ryan joined in, and together we assembled a comprehensive record of her duplicity. I didn't confront her with it. Instead, I sent it to everyone significant in her life. Her family, her friends, even her workplace. Her meticulously crafted image collapsed in a single evening. The next phase was reclaiming my future. She assumed she'd retain the house, the savings, the life we'd built together. But I'd already consulted a lawyer, armed with Emily's insights and our gathered evidence. The divorce proceedings tilted heavily in my favor. When it was over, I had the house to sell. The accounts were divided, and she was left scrambling to salvage the wreckage of her life. The final step was deeply personal. She believed her betrayal had crushed me irreparably, that she could walk away while I drowned in despair. But Emily was there, day after day, reminding me of my strength. "Betrayal doesn't diminish your worth," she said. "It refines you." One evening, after weeks of planning, Emily and I sat on Ryan's porch, the night air cool, the stars above standing as silent witnesses. "You've mapped it all out," she said. "Are you prepared for what's next?" I nodded, my resolve unshakable. "I'm ready to show her I can thrive." And thrive I did. When the divorce was finalized, my wife called, her voice trembling with tears, pleading for another chance. I didn't falter. "No," I said, my voice firm. "You made your decision. Now face the consequences." For the first time, I felt liberated. Emily didn't just reveal the truth. She instilled in me resilience. She taught me that revenge isn't about destroying another. It's about rising so high they can't reach you. My wife's infidelity had driven me to Ryan's doorstep, broken and lost, but Emily's revelations transformed everything. That truth kindled my fire, clarified my purpose, and equipped me with clarity. My wife thought her betrayal would ruin me, but it only forged me into something stronger. The truest revenge? Living a life so vibrant, so bold, that she'll spend her days haunted by what she threw away. Betrayal wounds deeply, but the one who wields the blade doesn't always emerge triumphant.